Products for Pigeons, Vetschroeder Tollisan. The town of Kerkrade is situated in the province of Limburg in the south of the Netherlands. Its location, as a result of being very near to Germany and Belgium, has resulted in this region being highly industrialized. In this town, with nearly 50,000 inhabitants, there was selected a development area where huge warehouses started to be built. Vetschroeder Tollisan Company is situated in one of these warehouses, and this feature presents their work. Today, we are accompanied by Gregor Janik, who, for many years, is a sole retailer of Vetschroeder Tollisan products in Poland. Hello, Grzegorz. Is everything okay? Sure, thanks. I would like to invite everyone for a short visit to my company. We will show you our activities here, and we will try to explain to you the essence of pigeon sport. I'm very happy about your visit today. Within only a few years, Johannes Jacob's firm has changed significantly. From a little garage, it grew into a company which is in a group of exclusive companies producing formulas for homing pigeons. Johannes' policy and a lot of luck cause that right now the spectrum of products offered by the company is quite impressive. Tollisan products have earned high regard among a great number of fanciers. Every year the list of offered formulas is getting longer and they become more and more effective. Good work management and qualified employees guarantee fast and professional service. Everyone knows what to do, and despite considerably low number of staff, clients' orders are executed immediately, which is vital in the modern pigeon sport. Most of the products are delivered to the company as ready to go. But some of them have to be repackaged on the spot. It takes 2 employees to do it, and they are doing an excellent job here. A great number of orders and consequent number of shipments require hard work from our employees in the shipment department. Each order is analyzed and products are packed into cardboard boxes. It is important that each product will be delivered intact and according to order. Products are delivered from the local warehouse according to needs. Greater amounts of products are stored in another warehouse purpose-designed for this purpose. The boss of Vetschroeder Tollisan, Johannes Jacobs, will show us around his firm. Now we are in the laboratory. My 2 employees are preparing special formulas here. Among other products, we mix Orni 1-1 here, and these 2 ladies are responsible for preparing it. Our neck drops are mixed here as well. Administer 1 drop to a pigeon and it is active for 1 year.
Wo man den Tauben einen Tropfen pro Taube gibt und das wirkt ein ganzes Jahr. Kannst du ihm mal sagen, wir müssen
This is a special room upstairs where we store our products.
Das sind Medikamente.
Mainly, we store medicines here, because appropriate temperature is very important in their proper preserving. It cannot be too hot in the summer or too cold in the winter. That's why we have this special room with optimal temperatures. A lot of companies don't pay any attention to this matter, but I think proper medicine storage is crucial and affects their later effectiveness. In our company, Nick is responsible for designing the graphic layout of our catalogs. We print them in German, English, French, Belgian, Portuguese, Romanian, and of course, in Polish language.
Romania, Portugiesisch.
Each year we publish a new brochure and we work on it the whole year.
Jedes Jahr alle Broschüren.
It really requires a lot of work and effort. Besides producing formulas, Vet Schroeder Tollisan Company has also got a vet's clinic. Fanciers often visit our clinic and receive detailed information on the condition and health of their pigeons.
Bildschirm drauf da.
The standard of examination is the highest in the country because we employed a renowned veterinary doctor who has specialized in racing pigeons and is also a successful fancier in his own right.
Als wenn ich das wüsste, was
Vincent
das wäre.
Schroeder is Johanna's partner in the field of veterinary science. Other fanciers come with their pigeons. Pigeon diseases are a nightmare for every fancier. Some try to cure them on their own, but in most of the cases it is not effective. Peggy works with Vincent. She performs fecal tests and informs customers how to treat birds in cases of coccidiosis or Ecoli. She's the doctor's helping hand. I have to wait a minute, and after a while, everything is clear. It is an important test for chlamydia. Usually, half a pigeon population has got chlamydia. In other countries, this test is unknown. We examine each feces sample for chlamydia. I put a drop on it. After 10 minutes, we get the result. Another bird and another health problem. After taking a sample from the pigeon's throat, we can give more information about its condition. As we can see on the microscope screen, the bird is infected with the Trichomonas. Prescribed medicine will certainly help the infected pigeons. This is my Olympic hen. It's the fastest hen I have ever had. She flew in the Olympics in Bucharest in 2015. She raced in 2 categories, worked out some great results, and now she's here in my breeding loft. This pigeon comes from the same line. Last year, she came 3rd in the national race on the distance of 925 kilometers. And it competed with 7,000 pigeons. If it works out a similar result this year, it will become an Olympic champion. Now we will talk about Vet Schroeder Tollisan products. Johannes will tell you about their effectiveness in the next footage. These are products from the amino acids group. We've got here Tolliamin Forte, Tolliamin Light, Amino Forte, and Cetacol Plus. These are all very good products, but actually you don't need them all if you use Tolliamin Forte. This formula is sufficient because its composition is brilliant. It only includes human quality amino acids, that is, the ones which are used in products for human medication. In other products, the amino acids used are only approved for animal products, and their quality is not high enough to be used for humans. That's why the quality of this product is exceptional, and it's the most frequently bought product for pigeons in the world. We give amino acids to pigeons when they come back from a flight, but most of all, when we cure pigeons with antibiotics or vaccinate them. In these cases, it is highly advisable to add amino acids to the water. As I said before, it is the best-selling product in Europe, and that means it is of first-class quality. In the pigeon racing sport, we give products for orthognosis and the respiratory tract, not only for healthy pigeons, but also to prevent problems with chlamydia. With these products, which affect the respiratory system, birds will race faster. They receive more air, and therefore they are able to race faster. We have got different products for respiratory system. The first one is Orniclam. It is a special product against chlamydia, which attacks pigeons even more often. When chlamydia occurs, pigeons will not achieve good results. In case of chlamydia, you have to apply Orniclam, because its special composition treats this specific bacteria. Another well-known respiratory product is Bronchosprint, which we use during flights. It is well tolerated by pigeons, and it helps them race faster. I have got here two special products influencing pigeons' respiratory system during flights. The first one is called Orni 1. You inject it into pigeon's neck. You do it twice or up to 3 times in one racing season. It is a brilliant mixture, and birds race extremely fast with it. Other good products that can be used up to twice or 3 times a year are our Maxi 1 and Maxi 2. They are not so widely known yet, but when you apply them, you can see that birds race very fast. You mustn't use these products every week. You apply them only before important flights. Before a very important flight, they are special, important stuff. Using these products in curing pigeons, you shouldn't forget about Tollisan Forte, which has to be given concurrently. It helps pigeons absorb the products better. Also, when we give an injection or some powder, we always add Tollisan Forte to water. It helps pigeons work better results. Now, a few words on trichomoniasis. First of all, these two mixtures. TKK powder is known by every fancier in Germany, but also in Poland. And Tricho Green is known by every fancier in the Netherlands and Belgium. These are the names of brands which are used in these countries for years. The two substances are identical. The only difference is the size of the can. It is a mixture of ranitidazole and metronidazole. Their composition is identical. TKK in tablets is a mixture of 20% of ranitidazole. There is no metronidazole in it. One tablet can be used as a treatment or prophylaxis during flights. When pigeons have got a lot of Trichomonadida, one pill will not eliminate them. It's not enough. In such a case, we give TKK pulver or Tricho Green for 5 or 6 days. And here we've got Combi Mix, which includes the same treating substance as TKK pulver or Tricho Green. It is a good product, but it will not help in the case of severe Trichomonadida. It is good for prophylaxis, but if you want to cure Trichomonadida, you have to give TKK pulver or Tricho Green for 5 or 6 days. As I said before, Combi Mix includes TKK in powder, but not only like that. It also consists of Ecoli mix, TKK pulver, and fungi. Generally speaking, this medicine was created to fight a disease of young pigeons, which is accompanied by Escherichia coli bacteria, fungal infection, and Trichomonadida. You can't treat Escherichia coli bacteria, fungal infection, and Trichomonadida in the same week. Combi Mix is a mixture of these 3 cans, and you can use it to treat all the problems. You may use it during the week in the flight season of adult pigeons. Then the pigeons will be stable until the end of the racing season. So, you use it not only with young pigeons, but also with adult ones. And you always have to remember to add Tollisan Forte to water when you use this treatment. The pigeon's condition then remains stable. In the case of young pigeons disease, which takes even worse form in the whole Europe, I will try to explain something. For the young pigeons disease, you can also use Combi Mix, which consists of Ecoli mix, fungi, and TKK. You have to realize that with young pigeons disease, we have got 300 different germs. And with 300 different germs, we have also got great immunity, and a lot of antibiotics will not be effective anymore. The only antibiotic the germs can't get immune to is matrix, cavulvanic acid with amoxicillin. I can combine matrix with Combimix, and then I am 100% sure that I will not have problems with Escherichia coli bacteria. If it doesn't help, I can expand the treatment and include Bacterial Mega Oil. The name says it all. It is oil which is 100% efficient with the young pigeon's disease. In the Lofts we sponsor, where 6,000 young pigeons are kept together, the only thing that keeps them healthy is the combination of TKK plus matrix plus Bacterial Mega Oil. But we started here, then you can reinforce that, and that's the final reinforcement, and it all works properly. I will show you yet another product which is underestimated by many fanciers. When we have got a problem with coccidiosis, the major problem is to know how to diagnose it. Testing feces doesn't always indicate it, and still, many birds may have coccidiosis. That's why, 2 days before the flights, I give the pigeons liquid apricox. But during the flights, it is a must to give it to pigeons every 5 or 6 weeks, and at the end of the flights, you should give apricox in tablets. Apricox in tablets is 100% effective. Dosage, 1 tablet per pigeon. After using it, it can be seen straight away that the feces are better, the pigeons eat more, and are in shape. So, every 5 or 6 weeks, 1 tablet, but you have to remember that feces testing might not indicate coccidiosis. Now I will tell you about the neck drops and their effect. Different neck drops have got different substances in them. Also, there are a lot of old and new substances. This is a totally new substance which is well absorbed by the pigeons. It works very well. We give 1 drop on the neck and it is active for a year. It is a shame that this kind of product is called neck drops. We give a drop on the pigeon's neck, but pigeons have muscles mainly on the chest. That's why it is better to give the drop here, on the chest. The drop is absorbed through the muscles into the blood circulatory system, and later it gets to the feathers. Until the next molt, the active substance is there in the feathers. It is a bit different in case of young pigeons. The young pigeon's molt is very quick. Before the start of the flights, they are fully feathered. So, if you give the drops to young pigeons too early, start racing them when they change the feathers, it will mean that there is no active substance in the feathers anymore. That's why you should give 2 drops to young pigeons. To older pigeons, it is enough to give 1 drop in January or February, and it will be active the whole year. But you give 2 drops to young pigeons. Giving the drops, you have to be careful with your hands. You shouldn't let too much of the liquid remain on your skin. This substance is well tolerated and it works great. Rehab Vital is an extract from garlic and lilac. It is a natural mixture called the health mixture. A lot of companies have something like that. We don't know what is so special about this. Well, basically we mix this garlic extract with Dosto oregano, add to the feed, and it is very, very good. We give it to pigeons in the winter, but we can also give it during racing, also to the young pigeons. Just after 1 day of using it, you can see the difference. Their feces are round, firm, and well-formed. This combination is very good. We don't know why, but it certainly is. We have here yet a few more products which help preserve good health. This one is pH control, and the name says it all. This formula lowers the pH of water. It means that there is no tricho or bacteria, and for you, it is a way of preventing the young pigeon's disease. I need to add something. It also changes the taste of the water. Birds don't drink it eagerly, but when you add some Tollisan, it tastes better. Also, when you add some Ropidino to the water, the effect will be strengthened. Both these formulas work perfectly against Escherichia coli bacteria and Trichomonadosis. For you, I have got this complete mixture. In my breeding loft, young birds drink it almost every day. It works very well in preventing young Pigeons disease. Immunol is protein. Nowadays, it is a synonym of a modern pigeon sport. For pigeons coming back from a race, proteins are very important. They help them regenerate. Immunol is complete protein, and, as far as its quality is concerned, it is the best on the market. Combined with Tollisan Forte, they provide pigeons with instant portion of proteins. They regenerate right away, even after long, exhausting weekend flights. They quickly come around. Extra Energy is a special mixture which was created by my partner, Vincent Schroeder, for pigeons. It gives strength 2 days before the flights, and a lot of breeders use it with satisfaction. Also, individual power tablets is something you may use shortly before basketing the pigeons. We give it on the day of the basketing, and a lot of people who try these products use them all the time. Products derived from oregano, sourced from a German company, Dostofarm Oregano. Oregano is offered by a number of pigeon companies, but the quality of oregano in these products is different. For example, oregano from the Dostofarm company is of the quality that is certified as a medicine. It means that it is a natural product with a curing certificate, and it is something very, very rare. It proves that it is effective against Escherichia coli bacteria, Salmonella, and coccidiosis. It also proves how different the quality of oregano can be. We have oregano in a liquid form for water, for drinking, in oil form for the feed, and, as I said before, in powder form for the feed. I believe they are of exceptional quality. Now I will talk about a topic that is of interest for every breeder each year. Everyone always talks about vaccination. And now we have in Europe a vaccine which is indispensable, paramyxo herpes vaccine. It is a vaccine against paramyxo, but it also includes components fighting herpes. You use it when you have problems with herpes among young pigeons, and now it is a problem in Europe which causes a lot of losses among pigeons. It seems to be necessary to vaccinate, especially young pigeons, against paramyxo herpes. Another vaccine that young birds need to take is Ecoli. Most certainly, we are the first company which 10 years ago raised the topic of vaccinating against Escherichia coli bacteria. This vaccine is necessary for young pigeons. Third vaccine which can be given to pigeons is against Salmonella, and even more breeders in Europe use it. In the past, there have been a lot of discussions on this topic. Now, I believe that this vaccination is really important. Fourth vaccine we have is against smallpox. This is the only vaccine against smallpox. It's Driftovac. You have to be careful with this package. You can apply it in 2 ways. You can inject it, and in this case it is sufficient for precisely 50 pigeons. You can also use scarification, but then you have to somehow get the liquid out because there is too much left inside. And a few more things on herpes disease, which affects young pigeons. There is no problem with it among adult pigeons. Among young ones, you can diagnose it in an easy way. Just like in the picture in our catalog, you can find yellow phlegm in the beak. Very often, fanciers confuse it with trichomonadosis. The young pigeons have in their beaks yellow, sticky slime. When not cured, it makes breathing impossible and pigeons die. This yellow slime indicates herpes. There is another form of herpes where pigeons have wet eyes and a yellow coat. You can also see a sort of bristles in the eye. Then we deal with herpes disease. The only thing that can prevent and cure herpes is paramyxo herpes vaccine. Nothing else works. This problem concerns only young pigeons. Electrolyte balance. There is this myth in pigeon sport saying that pigeons need electrolytes. In general, racing pigeons do not need any electrolytes because they don't lay eggs and they don't hatch. In breeding lofts where pigeons lay eggs and hatch, we need electrolytes. Racing birds don't need any electrolytes. They need amino acids, Tollisan forte. Breeding pigeons which lay eggs need electrolytes all the time. These mixtures in the whole pigeon sport contain doses lower than pigeons require. There is too little electrolytes. This is efficient electrolyte. It contains a great portion of electrolytes. You can see it quite easily. In the loft after the second or third litter, pigeons have wet feces. You can apply what you want, but you will not eliminate it. Whereas, after 2 days of using this product, which contains a great amount of electrolyte, you will get dry feces. So, it is dedicated for breeding loft with a high dose of electrolytes. This concludes the part of our visit dealing with the Tollisan Company's products. In the second part of our feature, we will present Johann's pigeons and talk about topics concerning the running of successful, healthy loft of racing pigeons. To do it, we have to come to Germany, to the town of Niederdiger. A sunny morning is a perfect time to pay Johannes a visit. We always feel welcome at his home. In 10 years, it is our third visit here, and we are always greeted warmly. Behind a beautiful house, among great greenery, there are situated small but very functional lofts. As we speak, we can observe the morning exercise session of the hens. During their exercise, Johannes will tell us something about his loft. These are my racing lofts for cocks. I have got here pigeons which are a year old and older. Here we have got hens, and here in the front there are hens which are not flown. Here the hens which will not be flown. It protects from the sun so that the pigeons were not in the sun the whole day. Here we have got 2 lofts for young pigeons. Here, late youngsters and regular early youngsters, and over there, at the front, there is a breeding loft. I will talk about a special mixture I described earlier, matrix. It is good for Streptococcus and Staphylococcus, Ecoli bacteria, as well as upper respiratory system. I use matrix in my water with Tolliamin. I added Tolliamin as well. When my pigeons are out of condition, I add Bacterial Mega Oil to the feed once or twice a year for 2 or 3 days. It gives a beneficial effect, and it is my secret formula against the young pigeon's disease. When you can't find anything effective for the young pigeon's disease, you use Bacterial Mega Oil. It always works. You need to shake the bottle well. The feed is already mixed. I need 1 kilogram of feed. Here is 1 kilogram. That's the oil. We don't put it in the water, we add it to feed. Here is 2 kilograms of feed. We mix it well, it becomes greasy, and we dry it with a bit of grit. Now we give it to the pigeons. It is a wonderful formula against young pigeon's disease. Last year it was my best pigeon. This 1-year-old pigeon was one of the best birds in the whole of Germany. It flew 500 to 700 kilometer distances. It came 5th and 9th in the national race, competing with 8,000 pigeons. In Germany, year-old pigeons don't usually race 500 to 700 kilometer distances. Young pigeons race shorter distances. I think it was the only German year-old pigeon which flew 500-700 kilometer race. This is a combination of my old Grandelaires. They are my pigeons in 50%. I crossed them with the line of Big Boss from Rupert, who was well known in pigeon racing sport. I have got 1 or 2 of his brothers. He came first in a race against 3,000 pigeons. It is a quite calm and intelligent pigeon. You can recognize Big Boss by a little white spot next to the eye. This is a real Big Boss. This is 1142, my Olympic champion hen. Of course, she is in the breeding loft now. I can see she's got 2 damaged feathers. She's with young ones now. It can be seen that she's feeding. For sure, she was the best hen in my racing loft. In 3 years, she was at the top in many races. In 500 to 700 kilometer races, at the top of the result sheet. Recently, we have had some really difficult races with great pigeon losses, and she always came back. It is absolutely an extraordinary pigeon. What's more, she gives very good offspring. The hens are training for half an hour now. I think they should train at most 30-40 minutes, not longer. A lot of fanciers say that their pigeons train for an hour or 2. I tell them that I prefer my pigeons to race an hour or 2 on Saturday, during races when they come back home. The ones who say that can't be seen on the racing results. In the loft, I separate the hens like that. I separate them here. I pair them there, but not now. Now they are eating. It is time to release the cocks. They jump out of the loft eagerly, which means that they are in good shape. Not too long, but an intense training session guarantees that the pigeons are in great condition. Johannes' great results in the races prove that his training method is effective. Figo the dog, despite its fierce appearance, wants only to play with his owner. Johannes' grandson takes after his grandfather when it comes to pigeons. He frequently accompanies his granddad in the loft. Today, he helps to feed the birds.
Und da auch noch was da links und rechts, die kommen alle und fressen jetzt. Tu noch was rein, da die wollen wir mehr haben. Vom Boden so. Ja, die kommen alle.
This is new feed Tollisan composed especially for the Polish market. For the time being, I tested in my loft, but even now I can say that this feed is very good. Pigeons eat it eagerly, and it gives great results in races. Here we've got Bacterial Mega Oil. I also give the young ones Rehavital Elixir, Dostano Oregano in powder, and this I give to adult pigeons. For years in my loft, I mostly kept Grondelaires. And to be more specific, there are 50% of Grondelaires. I cross them with other great pigeons. They are really great birds with blue feathers. Here, I've got adult pigeons, and there are year-old ones. One of the pigeons here comes from Hermes. Raimund Hermes is a great customer of the Tollisan company. My pigeons do a great job in races. In my opinion, it is the result of proper breeding and using good products which we produce for them. Since they bring me good results, other fanciers who use our products will also have similar results. Here, we've got grit made especially for the Tollisan company by the Klaus company. It is the best grit on the market. It is one of the best things a fancier may get for his loft. A pigeon trailer used for transporting pigeons for training. Klaus Geraldi company, which produces them, is the best in the world. They are my friends as well. Once a week, I train my pigeons at 50-kilometer distance. When I have the time, I train the young ones as well. But this pigeon trailer is something a good fancier needs. You can handle everything with the help of a computer. I use my mobile phone the whole day. Sometimes I answer 50, 100 calls a day. And I will show you a few new formulas which will help you gain success. For 2 years, I have been testing a new Tollisan Premium. I have given it to my pigeons for 2 years. And I think I will be able to put it on the market by the end of the year. I have to explain something. You can't make a new product and sell it straight away. I need to test it for 2 years, and I need to be certain that the formula will be good for pigeons. A lot of friends who have tested this formula as well say this mixture is better. By the end of the year, before the Olympics in Poznan, I will introduce Tollisan Premium. It is a very, very good mixture. My wife told me that in the new office there can't be put any trophies, and she took them to the basement. So, the trophy room is in the basement and the office is upstairs. This is the map of France. We mostly race from the direction of France. The places marked on the map indicate the release sites. I am a flight manager. Every Saturday at 6 o'clock in the morning, I check the weather, and I hope that the pigeons will return home safe and sound. It is a young pigeon. It has got bird lice which can be seen. I will give him a drop on the neck. Breeders usually apply it here on the neck, but we won't do it. Here's what we do. We will give one drop on the chest. This spot is a lot better. All the drops in the world are called neck drops, but these are more effective. This is our modern pigeon transporter. We have got two drivers. In the cabin, we have got transportation cages with a common drinker. Each section has got a separate drinker. With a button, you can level the transporter, and you can also level the trailer at the back. It is the most advanced transporter offered by the Giraldi company. What is important in transporting the pigeons is to have a vehicle and, of course, a good driver. It is also very important. It is the driver's task to make sure that the pigeons are well fed and that they will get water. Each section has got a separate drinker and, what is important, modern lighting. When the car drives at night, it is lit inside down to the bottom, and you can also level the transporter with a button. We visit Johannes' loft for the second time this season. Wintertime is a very important period in every homing pigeon fancier's calendar. The way a fancier looks after his pigeons in the winter will affect the next racing season. Let's listen carefully to what Johannes has to say about looking after the pigeons in the winter season. All the pigeons are vaccinated against paramyxo, herpes viruses, and Salmonella. Now, in the winter, it can be seen that a lot of pigeons have got uncovered last feather. I feed them with a very good feed, adding a bit of Tollisan in the water. This is a year-old pigeon and has completed the molt, but his last feather needs to grow longer. It can be seen with many pigeons which haven't finished the molt yet that the last feather has not finished its growth. Such pigeons need good feed and Tollisan in their water. Here we can also see that this pigeon's last feather is still growing, the same with the other wing. Fanciers often stop giving good feed and Tollisan in December, but pigeons are still molting. That's why it is so important to give them good feed and Tollisan until the last feather is fully grown. Here, we also have a year-old cock, and his last feathers on both wings are still growing. These here are all year-old pigeons. They are fighting a bit for space in the pens. They are completely mixed now. Year-old cocks enter the pens more often. I don't have room for the year-old pigeons. They usually sit at the back on the rack for the young pigeons. I don't put them in the pens, they sit together with the young ones. Once or twice a week, I open the section with the pens. The feathering is perfect. The feathers look great and they are in good condition. They are given good feed. During the molt, it is very important to provide the pigeons with good feed. You can assess pigeon's health by looking at his beak. When it is snow white, everything is okay. These pigeons' beaks are white, and the results of feces tests are good. There are no worms, no coccidosis. It all looks good. It is very important for racing pigeons to test them in December and January and check if they are healthy. Otherwise, it may turn out in March that they have coccidosis, a few have got Salmonella, and then it is impossible to have a good racing season. It all has to be perfect in December and January. Notice that all these pigeons look healthy. Their feces are perfect. I already know that it will be a good racing season for me. In a few weeks, they will be given drops against insects. I always apply them on the breast muscle. They are called neck drops, and they should be applied here on the neck, but actually it is better to apply them here, directly on the bird's chest. A little drop here on the flesh. They haven't got any insects, they're clean. Still, it is better to give them the neck drops as prophylaxis. It will protect them the whole year. It will not harm them in any way. Some ask if the drop will enter the blood circulatory system, and I answer that it will, which is good because it will be effective the whole year. Generally speaking, I've got a lot of pigeons, but that's the way it is with all fanciers. We all have got a lot more pigeons than we need. But it is difficult to say in December which pigeon will turn out to be the good one. I take a pigeon in my hand and I feel if it is good. Then the races start. I basket it, and during the race, it turns out that some promising pigeons are not doing well. What matters for us fanciers is the list of results at the end of the race. We see if a pigeon has won the race, placed in the lead, or didn't manage to enter the race. To sum up, I will say that when I am looking at my loft, I can see only 5 really good pigeons among a great number of my 4-year-old pigeons. Every year, they start in all the races and place in the lead. That's the way it is in the pigeon sport. You've got 100 one-year-old pigeons, and after 5 years, only 4 or 5 of them are really good. I have noticed something here. His feathers are not set evenly. I need to straighten them back with the help of warm water. They probably twisted when he was fighting with other pigeons for room in a pen. I need to take some warm water, and everything will be straight again. During the whole winter time, in the molting period, I fed the pigeons in a following way. A bit of Tollisan Special 1 feed. It is energy feed with oil plant seeds. Then I added another Tollisan feed, Tollisan the Special 1 Sprint. At the end, I added Tollisan Super Diet. I mixed it all, and this way I got a mixture I used during the winter time and the whole period of molting. I noticed that the birds ate 100% of the feed. Nothing was left in the feeder. It affects the feathering in a great way. Although I already fed them today, I will give them a bit more. They all were given plenty of feed today. I have to say again that they eat all of the new Tollisan feed. This feed is just amazing. It's something I have never seen before. It is great feed you may use the whole year. It's good for winter time and molting period. Thanks to the supplement of oil plant seeds, the pigeon's feathers are perfect. I add Tollisan to water every day so that the feathers were even more perfect. That's how I keep my pigeons in good shape. They are healthy and they look perfect. Nowadays, it is very important in the pigeon sport to have your pigeons healthy 365 days a year. I tell you, the feed is really good. I also need to tell you that Jegosh, you will get perfect feed of great quality. You will know it when you see that your pigeons eat it all and they are healthy. A bit of fat, a bit of energy, and a bit of diet, it's good. This red pigeon comes from a bit different family. Last year, I brought some pigeons from the Vandenbulk line and from the Big Boss line. I think their appearance is nice, and I can see that the pigeons from Big Boss are good. I like their appearance. I haven't thoroughly tested the pigeons from the Vandenbulk line yet, and I need some more time to tell something more about them. This is Special 1 Energy. This is my favorite feed. It includes a great amount of peeled sunflower seeds. It provides energy during long flights. You can mix it with this feed, which is the Special 1 Sprint. Pigeons will eat it all. I lighten this mixture with Super Diet during winter and molting time. And I mix these feeds like that the whole winter. It looks great. They are really good mixtures. When pigeons come back from flights, they get Super Diet, which is light, but at the same time, filling feed. In the water, they get Tollisan, and I also add immunol to the feed. Tollisan and immunol are protein, and giving light feed is important not to load the birds after an exhausting and stressful flight. We need to ease the digestive system with Super Diet. After a few days, they get the Special 1 Sprint, which can be mixed with Super Diet at the beginning. The pigeons start training more willingly. It is important to add Tollisan Sprint Energy after half a week, fatty energy feed. Important is that this feed includes peeled sunflower seeds, which provide energy. Energy has to come with fat. At the end of the week, I need to give only this fatty energy feed. The peeled sunflower seeds are very important. It's pure energy. It is very important. Here you can have a look at the feces. It is good, you can see.
Perfekt, gut. Überall gut. Ganz gut.
2 days ago, I have vaccinated them all against Salmonella. Everything is okay.
Aber alles in Ordnung, alles gut.
As we have seen, feeding and looking after pigeons in wintertime is very important. We are looking into the office for a moment because special guests have arrived. Welcome my friends from Shanghai, China. We have got a lot of customers in China, and this is our great retailer from Shanghai. I have seen you on the exhibition in Dortmund. What do you think about it?
Not very great.
It wasn't too big, rather a small event. Perhaps Mr. Liu will answer because he has got greater experience in the matter. Mr. Liu thinks that the exhibition in Dortmund is the most known homing pigeon exhibition in the world. He has known it for years, and he especially came here to attend it. It is a well-known exhibition, but each year it becomes smaller and smaller.
Mr. Liu said Dortmund's pigeon show is one of the most famous pigeon shows in the world. He knows it for a long time. So this time he especially came to Europe and take part in that exhibition.
Nowadays, the greatest number of fanciers in the pigeon sport come from Poland. There are over 15,000 young fanciers here. They are very young, not like in Germany where most of the fanciers are elderly people. We need to enter new markets like Poland or Romania, where also are young fanciers. Lately, we've been to Morocco, and there you can also meet young fanciers. This concludes our feature on our visit at Johannes Jacobs, the owner of Tollisan Company. We wish him further success in business and pigeon breeding.